welcome to the online family program coming to you from the Sunshine Coast Health Center. My name is Sarah, and for this series, I'm going to talk about worrying about your loved one in both addiction and in their recovery. So, as a loved one of somebody who's struggling in addiction, it's likely that you are worrying often. We get caught up in worries such as where are they? What are they doing? Are they okay? And we most often find that even when they're in recovery, the worrying doesn't stop, at least not right away. And so I wanted to take a four-part series and talk about when worrying can become a habit, and then also talk about how worrying can provide a distraction for you in your life. So that can happen as well, and also some of the unhelpful ways that we make sense of what our worrying is accomplishing, and then to finish off, I want to talk about moving beyond worrying to optimism. So I hope you join me for all four. So so worrying is a hobby. So many of us are, you could say, natural worriers, and I do notice that the propensity to worry is passed down in families. I know it's been passed down in my family, and if you're in relationship with somebody who's struggling with addiction, this worrying propensity can be quite fed by their often impulsive or poor decisions. So, often in relationship with them, we forget that we even have a choice in the matter. So let's talk about this a bit more. The difficulty with worrying about people that are struggling is that we don't really give them the space to stumble for themselves, right? So if we're constantly worrying about them, then we're not really letting them and nagging them and doing all those things that worrying entails. We're not really letting them live their own lives and do their own thing. So this can become a bit of a problem, and particularly as somebody is coming into their recovery, this can be a problem because, as we know, it's very important that they take personal responsibility. So that's one thing, and then the other thing is to consider it from the flip side. So if you are the person that is getting all these worried messages, what is if you're to read between the lines or the underlying message, what does it really mean if somebody's always checking up on you or always reminding you what to do or nagging you and this kind of thing? And really, if you look at it, what all that means underneath is that they can't do it on their own, right? They get the message such as you constantly make mistakes, or I can't trust you to do the right thing. So this isn't really the kind of message that we want to be giving our loved ones, obviously, if you think about it, right? So whatever we can do to try and step back and not get in their space in that way is going to be helpful. And plus, if you think about it, this will be helpful for you too, because if you are not spending your time worrying about somebody else, you'll have more time to do meaningful things in your own life. So it's a win-win situation. So I hope you join me again next week, and we'll talk more about this.